My son Aiden has been working with Miss Danielle for a while now. I think we started back just in March-ish and we're now in July. Aiden started for tongue thrust myofunctional therapy, and he really, he wouldn't sit up straight. He wasn't breathing through his nose. His mouth was always sort of open, tongue out, and we had noticed for a while that he, when he ate, stuff would fall out when he was swallowing, and it was even hard to understand some of the words he was saying. His pediatrician said he would grow out of it. He's now 8. He did not grow out of it, and so we sought Miss Danielle on advice from both the dentist and orthodontist. And going into it, we really weren't sure what to expect, to be honest. We, knew something was going on with his tongue, but no idea how to deal with it. And Miss Danielle is really great. She's really patient, and we started with building up his tongue muscles. Ever since a kid, if you look back at his pictures, his tongue is always kind of sort of sitting out side of his lips. And so we started with just building up sort of that endurance and the muscle with his tongue. It was really important that he got that time, and Aiden hated it. He knew he needed to do it. He hated it. We fought about it. But it's really important to have conversations with your child about why you're doing this. Be patient with your child. Offer encouragement. Do small little doses when possible. And that really ended up being key. Small little chunks, patience, talking about why we're doing it. And you started to see really great results pretty immediately with Aiden. It's something that you're changing habits. And so it's really important that your child is doing it correctly. And so we fought a lot about proper placement and how to do it. But once he started seeing the results, even though maybe he didn't enjoy doing it, it's not about fun. It's about putting the time and practice in. And really, Aiden now almost always is sitting with great posture. He's breathing through his nose. He's learned how to do that. His tongue is on the spot. His lips are together, and he just looks so mature. People who don't know that he went to myofunctional therapy have noticed that he looks older, that he seems more mature. And it's all about how he's carrying himself. He's standing up straighter. You see physical differences in his jaw with how things are sitting. He's much more articulate. Eating at the table, that was a hard one for us because we don't really eat at the dinner table. And so having to adjust some of those habits, getting the foot placement, getting him to eat slower. We all eat fast, and so eating slower with lips together. And even now, he has it down, but it's that maintenance. So every time we go to eat, it's just a quick reminder, like general reminders, like, hey, remember when you're eating, lips together, swallow with your tongue behind your teeth. When we see him on the couch playing video games or just relaxing, just a quick, hey, tongue on the spot, lips together. When we see him doing it correctly, we are just like, hey, I really like how you did tongue on the spot. You're doing so amazing. And I think it's really important to have that praise throughout, especially when he knows he's been working so hard and you probably do a lot of correcting. And so to have those positive moments is super great. Another weird thing, just sort of a side note, Miss Danielle might talk to you about breathing with the medical tape on the lips, and that's actually really huge. We didn't really realize how big that was until we got more serious about using it, and it's been phenomenal at night. And I noticed too that we've been doing the tape consistently now for a couple of weeks, and his lips stay together more during the day as well, because at night he's been breathing through his nose for 8 hours. And so it's training that unconscious behavior, which is so great. Once we went through that whole consistent myofunctional therapy. We're still doing maintenance. It's not over when you're done. So you got to just keep up little habits here and there. I'll have him use the rubber band, tongue on the spot, every once in a while, just to reinforce behaviors. We do that when we go on walks or riding bikes, just to remind. And we noticed that after all of his work, he's breathing great, but then he still needed speech as a follow-up. There were some things that his tongue, since at a young age, he learned how to speak with his tongue and sort of misplaced. While he eats and breathes and swallows now with it, great. We need to do a little bit extra work. He needed to work on S's, Z's, and TH's, but with having the breathing and tongue on the spot, he's like jamming through the speech, and I think he's really starting to notice it, and it's great. And I think just overall as a parent, consistency, frequency, and praise is really important. And yeah, it's been really great working with Miss Danielle.